Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is toasted hazelnut. It's from Donut Cafe that I get at Ollie's. Hazelnut was always one of my favorite coffees, and I still like it. And I like it best with some chocolate creamer, because you guys know how I like my creamer. And I know it's not good, but I don't drink coffee all day long, so I usually have a couple cups, and that's what I put in it. So today's high is going to be 84. It's supposed to be cooling off this week, this coming up week. So we'll see, because things are always changing. It's supposed to rain. It's a little bit overcast, but I don't know, it doesn't look to me like it's going to rain at least anytime soon. So we'll see. I'd love to stay home today, but I think I'm going to have to go out a little bit. I still haven't made it to my mom's house, and I like to go over there at least once a week and visit with her. But oh my gosh, I've just got so much to do. I still have to finish the garage. I still have bedrooms that have things in them that I need to either store or donate. I have to finish my dining room, which doesn't have too much more to go, but it's still something that requires time to finish. I have to start doing my garden, rearranging that, and start pulling out some of the spent plants out there. And I could stay home for a month and still not get everything done. But I just keep plugging away at it, and that's what I do, because that's the way I have to do things. I can't just jump in and get everything done at once, because as you get older and you get physical issues, sometimes that doesn't work so well. And I'm not a big one for living on pain medication. I know some people have to do that, and that's their business, and everybody needs to do what they can tolerate. But with my stomach issues, I cannot do that, because that would cause me to have more issues. So I have to be very, very careful with any pain medication that I take. So let's give the coffee some cream, and then we'll give it a taste. So let's see what we brewed up this morning. All right, cheers. Yep, that's tasty. They don't, Mark's doesn't carry my Folgers hazelnut decaf anymore. But when I learned that decaf has more acid than dark brew coffee, I was kind of shocked. But apparently, that's the way it goes in the world of coffee. But I don't know. Before you take my word for it, do some of your own research if that's something that you need to look into. But yeah, that kind of, I was in shock. I figured decaf would have less. Now I know Folgers makes a low acid coffee, and I've tried it, and it's okay. But it's not like, oh my gosh, this is so good, I want to just drink this. So that's why I went back to drinking regular coffee, because the caffeine doesn't really seem to bother me. So I just limit my intake. I switched to Ticino in the afternoon, which I really, really like. So anyway, that's my update on coffee, and I will meet you over there at the budget book. Okay, back at the budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money, but in the next day or so I'm going to have to spend money because I have to get some more fencing for the backyard. So I need to change the configurations back there. And I want to make it look a little bit more cohesive. Right now I have different fencing up there, and I have trellises zip tied together, and it's been working fine. But I want to make it look a little bit more cohesive back there. So I usually I get a dog pen, like a 40-inch high dog pen, and then I get stakes from Home Depot, and that's what I use for fencing. So it's much cheaper than buying the individual fencing pieces that you can buy, because the play pens or the dog pens run about $60, and it would cost much more than that to get the individual pieces. And the stakes, I think they're like, I can't remember, the prices have changed so much. They used to be like $3 or $4, so they're probably $5 or $6 now, who knows. But, you know, I can reuse the ones that I have out there as much as possible. So, a lot of work ahead for me, and you know, we're already the middle of August, so I would like to have this done before the deck gets done, but I'll give it my best. So, with all this switching around and, you know, purging and downsizing and doing what I'm doing, trying to use what I have, keep it on the low spend. It's a lot. So, but the next couple weeks, I have to concentrate on the outside and just let the inside go. I can do that after the deck is done. I can work on that in October and November. I can work on the inside, and I can also finish up my garage, because by mid-November I'd like to start putting my car in the garage. So okay, I guess that requires me to spend some money, and the deck is going to run me about $6,000 since I'm making it 2 feet bigger and I'm using the composite material to make the deck. So, but then I won't have to fool with it anymore, because right now my deck is just rotting away. So, alright, I'm just taking a little coffee break here, and then I have to get back out in the garden and do a little bit more work. I'm still waiting for my grandkids to come over, and hopefully it doesn't rain before then, because I'm not watering the boxes, because that'll make them even heavier. So I hope they get over here before it rains. We'll see. That's something I cannot control. All right. Well, I have had these shoes since the 70s. I had 2 pairs. One pair finally gave out, but I use these as my garden shoes. Yep, since the 70s. That's why it has all the flowers. So I'm out here this morning trying to figure out how I'm going to redo my garden for next year. So I haven't come up with a plan yet, but I'm working on it. I need to move a bunch of things around, and hopefully that will be the last time that I need to do that in order to continue to garden. Time will tell. Well, I started working on this area already. I just took some chairs down And I want to make this the garden area. So I'm going to work on this a little bit every day, but I need to get somebody to help me move the city picker boxes over here. But I'm going to do what I can by myself. This table will be going over in this area, but not now. I'm going to just fold it up because I never use it anyway, because the guys are going to be working over here on the deck. Oh boy, this is going to take some coordinating. But anyway, that's what I'm going to work on today. I'm going to bring some of the stands out for the city pickers. And yeah, that's what I'll work on. I'm making some progress. I got 4 of these put together. I have 2 more. I contacted my grandsons. They're going to come over and move the boxes for me, hopefully this afternoon when they have an hour or so. It'll only take them about an hour. They're nice, strong boys. So hopefully I can get all the boxes put up except for the empty ones. I'll work on those myself. But I still need to move this. They have to move that for me. I have to move these pots and just get this set up. So thank God it's a semi-cloudy day and there's a breeze going. So all right, we'll see how far I get today. Well, my mushrooms are starting to grow. Yay! Look at all that mycelium. I don't know how many I'll get, but I opened the bag so some air gets in there, but then I put this plastic bag over it. Let's take a look. So this is blue oyster mushrooms in this one. Let's take a look at the other one. This is lion's mane. And oh, look at that. Got lots of that coming up too. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So we'll see how they taste. I've never tasted lion's mane except in coffee. And oyster mushrooms are good. They're good for shredding and making your own faux meat out of. So, well, so far so good. Let's hope they continue on. I'm just taking a little break here. I'm having some iced coffee. Cheers. Still waiting for the grandchildren. You know, teenagers are on their own time frame. So, but any help I can get, I'm totally grateful for. So I'm glad I got some of those bases set up so that when they do come over, all they have to do is move the boxes and I won't take up too much of their time. But the sun keeps coming up and then it gets too hot and then the clouds come and there's a nice breeze going today, so thank God for that. But I really hadn't planned on moving the garden yet, but then I thought, I've got all this stuff in the garage. It's just sitting there in boxes. And I thought, well, I'll just see if they can come over and help me, and then I'll just do it now. That way when I start taking the garden apart, it'll look okay, and I don't have to have such a big mess in the spring. It'll be all ready to go and ready to plant up, because usually in the springtime, my garden is a mess. It's a big mess. So I figured while the weather's still nice, I might as well get things organized, and that way in the spring I can plant earlier, because the first 2 or 3 weeks in the spring I always have to end up cleaning up from last year's garden. So I thought I would try changing that up a little bit this year and just doing it a little earlier. I don't know, have to wait and see how that works out. And then I'm switching around the dog area and the garden area. So I think that'll work out okay, hopefully, fingers crossed. So the only thing I'm still going to plant for the cooler weather is lettuce, because it's too hot for lettuce to grow right now. So the end of August, beginning of September through September, I think is the best time to plant lettuce. And I have covers, like little greenhouse covers for the boxes. So, you know, you can plant later and you can plant earlier with those. So I'm just going to drink my coffee and take a breath, and then I'm going to go back out there and figure out, I'm making a plan. I'm going around with my little checkoff thing, and I'm making a plan already too for next year's garden. You know, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do that, and I have some big black totes that have tomatoes in them, and I'm going to take the dirt out of those and use some of that dirt in the city picker boxes, and to fill up some of the other containers that are getting a little low on dirt. And then I'm not going to get rid of those, but I'm going to store them away, because every year my garden is an experiment and I'm not sure how things are going to work out. But I do want to plant less tomatoes and not quite as many peppers, maybe a couple less of each, because I realize I can't take care of all that anymore. It's just not possible. I've tried, I've given it my best go, and I just can't take care of all that anymore. I don't want to. There's a big difference too. And when you get to the point where you don't want to do something and you can't do something, then it's time to change things up. Now, if you have a hard time and you can't do something, it's the best thing to try and adjust things so that you can continue to do the things that you want to do. And that's possible too. But I don't want to totally give up on the garden, and I don't want to move my whole garden inside, because then you end up with the not fruit flies, you know, the little flies, and that's a big pain in the butt. So next year I'm just going to buy some starts and plant a few seeds directly out in the garden under the little greenhouse thing, and call that done. So anyway, I'm going back to making plans, because this brain of mine just is constantly coming up with ideas and plans, and it's a busy place in there. Some of it works out and some of it doesn't. So, but anyway, the wheels keep on turning. So, okay, well, I'll be back and sign off in a little bit. I still have leftovers for dinner. That's what I'm going to have. I still have some of that zucchini and tomato and hearts of palm linguine. I'm just having that, and maybe a salad, and so I don't have to cook. So, all right, well, I'll be back. All right, well, thank God, and thank the grandkids. They moved all these boxes over here. So now I have 2 rows of these. I still have to put the stand on these two. These 2 little boxes, they moved for me. So this will be the garden area. It's getting a fence along here so that they'll stay out of there. And then over here, I'm nowhere near done. But over here, we move this box over here. That'll get flowers next year with that and this. This won't be tomatoes again. And then over here, this is where the city picker boxes were. My table is there now, but I have lots of work to do in here yet. Need to get rid of all these pots. These big pots are going to be emptied. And then the fence will run along here. And then all this area
will be open. It won't have this fence here, only a fence out there. And then I need to work on this area. So I'm very happy. Got a lot done. Thank God the grandkids came over and helped. So I'm done for the day. Not done, but I am done for the day. All right. Yay. Well, all right, my friends. It's been a long, busy day. I'm tired. Hopefully the garden will work out this time and I won't have to switch things around again, because this is like the third year in a row. Well, I may have skipped a year in between that I've switched things around trying to find the sweet spot. So hopefully this is it. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. And thanks for watching.